Can brutals Can brutals multiply this quickly? The Guardian's presence has vanished.
They say someone opened the forest, the gate the Guardian once sealed.
If only Shaman Lantier were still with us, it would never have come to this.
You are fortunate indeed to have made it this far. The forest is overrun with brutals now. We marched with the Lord himself after reports of brutals sighted in the deep wood. But when the creatures struck without warning, the Lord vanished amidst the chaos. Our soldiers pressed deeper into the forest to search for him, yet not a single one has returned. In our desperation, we sought out Shaman Lantier, once called the Guardian of the Deep Wood. But she too has disappeared. Will you seek her out? If anyone knows the truth of this darkness, it will be her.
The Guardian's presence.
They say someone opened.
If only Shaman Lantier were still with us, it would never...
At dawn today, I tied the rope to the rafters again, but the rotted beam gave way. It felt as though the heavens were not sparing me, only mocking me as unworthy even of death. Then our child awoke. I saw those small, searching eyes and untied the rope. Went instead to gather kindling. Breathing in this house without you feels like torment. Yet the sound of our child's breath forces life back into me. Our child came home in tears. They called her motherless. They said she was cursed, a child touched by the swamp's wicked spirits. They threw stones. As I wiped the blood from her split lip, my heart felt as though it were being torn apart. Had you been here, you would have brushed her hair with warmth and gentleness. My hands are too rough. I only soil what you once cared for. My helplessness feels greater than the emptiness you left behind. There are moments when I am ashamed to admit I wished to follow you, taking the child with me. The child smiled as she finished the thin maize porridge I scraped together. That smile pierced my chest like a blade. I told her I was not hungry and drowned my own hunger with swamp water. The thought of death comes like waves, day after day. Yet when she clutches my sleeve as she sleeps, I find myself preparing for tomorrow once more. I cannot leave the child you entrusted to me alone in this world. That fear is what keeps me crawling forward in this miserable life. I pulled this sealing stone from the cliff where we were swallowed by the mire. The villagers avoid me as though curses cling to my skin. They avert their eyes as if I were filth. Now this stone serves only to prop the collapsing corner of our home. If this sealing stone truly holds the power to open forbidden paths, could it not at least mend the bruises within our child's heart? She tosses and turns each night, whispering that she dreamt of her mother again.
Go away, Ivan!
The poison of the swamp has devoured my lungs. If I fall, our child will be truly alone. Oh, Rhea, I long to join you, but I must delay it a little longer. With what strength remains, I will take our child and leave this mire behind, to a place without scorn, without this suffocating grief. Even if my life ends upon the road, I only wish to leave her somewhere where she can live without knowing the sorrow of losing you. Rhea, we leave this swamp where you now sleep. The days of using this stone, your last trace to hold together our collapsing home, end here. Our child weeps, saying she wishes to see the world beyond the marsh. through eyes that mirror yours. The ground she stands upon must be wider, warmer, and kinder than this cold stone. So I leave this sealing stone here, along with my guilt. If one day she remembers this swamp and smiles, perhaps then I may forgive myself a little.
Some take up the blade to defend the world. Others endure the world, so that a single life may endure beyond them. Even in despair, he never released his child's tomorrow. And so there are loves that do not break. Such love quietly becomes the road another walks.
Heavens above. I'm alive. And you are? No, never mind. I nearly perished to the Brutals. It came without warning. All at once! I heard something happened on the day of the festival. And ever since, these creatures have plagued the woods. Whatever the case, you have my thanks for saving me.
Since the night of the festival, the forest has been utterly changed. Lady Lentier tried to save the townsfolk, but I do not know what truly happened that night. What force lies behind all this? And in case I should return to the encampment, it will be the safest place now.
On the festival night, I saw Lady Lentier perform a ritual of black flame. It was unlike anything she'd ever done before. An omen, heavy and ill. And then, I saw another shaman standing before her. But that figure, oh, it was wrong. It was dreadful. It was no man. What could I do? I fled without looking back. What in the God's name took place that night?
The day shamanry became taboo, people felt relief. They could finally look away from what they couldn't see. They could put down responsibilities they couldn't explain. Even within the Order of Tivele, opinions were divided. Some said this is protection. This is a choice made to keep people safe. And they weren't entirely wrong. But after that day, people forgot how to listen, not only to the spirits, but to one another.
We tried to strike down the Brutals, but they bore the faces of the townsfolk. When the soldiers realized the Brutals before them were their own families transformed, they could fight no longer. I witnessed a strange ritual within the forest. Black flames surged upward, and within them, something writhed.
village was truly a paradise. Each year's harvest was bountiful, and the neighbors formed a warm, supportive community. But as darkness slowly approached, unease began to grip us. The shadow drew nearer, and with news of surrounding villages falling one by one, fear spread. Then, a passing shaman told us that in a week, our village would be engulfed by the darkness. The villagers pleaded with him, and he promised to protect us. He created a powerful ward using a relic imbued with spirit energy, and once more, hope blossomed in our hearts.
The shaman said the relic must remain at the heart of the ward. It would channel the spirit's energy into the village. He warned us that moving the relic or taking it beyond the village would collapse the ward, leaving us vulnerable to brutals. Though some found it strange, his warning instilled fear in all. We vowed to guard the ward and never leave the relic's side.
Strange events began a few days ago. Each dawn brought an ominous presence, and the wind grew sharper. Though we believed the ward would keep us safe, a creeping sense of dread took hold. Many villagers reported seeing Lucas lurking near the relic. He often gazed at it with greedy eyes, and the people began to watch him closely.
On the night the sorcerer spoke of, a villager ran to my home, screaming. The relic had vanished. By the time we rushed to the village center, the ward's power was already fading. Darkness surged, and fear gripped us all. Brutals seized the moment and attacked the village. People fell one by one. We fought desperately, but could not protect everyone. Lucas's trail was lost, and our village descended into hell in an instant.
I left a relic capable of protecting the village. Yet a moment of greed destroyed everything. Through the ward, the relic could spread the spirit's power across the village. But once someone took it, the ward fell. The desires hidden deep within people's hearts caused this tragedy. The spirits of this land will no longer protect them.
I heard that the Shadow's power has grown stronger in recent days. Thanks to the relic brought by the shaman, the village is protected by a ward, but I doubt how long it can hold. Each night I suffer nightmares, feeling suffocated. Can this village truly be safe? Only anxiety grows within me. The others trust the ward, but I cannot find peace. Perhaps the time has come to leave this village. As I left the village, I saw the ward collapsing. Yet I hesitated not for a single moment. My survival and desires eclipsed everything else. Whether they lived or died mattered not to me. Their fate was a story entirely separate from mine.
Belle's priests came and persecuted Lentir, hurling insults at her, calling her a heretic, a witch, a whore. Words too vile to even speak. Those damn Tabeli priests. It was Lentir who protected us to the very end. The Tabeli priests didn't do a single thing for us. And yet, what rights do they have to come all the way here and dare to take Lentir away? What is this world coming to?
You. Are you a friend? Ah, merciful gods. To meet another soul on a day like this. We were ordered to scout the forest, but everywhere we turned, Brutals proud. Only these were not the same Brutals I once knew. They moved as if under command, bound to another's will. Still, you saved us. For that, I am grateful. I must return and make my report at once. Thank you, truly.
On the day of the festival, everything changed. Lady Lentir began a ritual, saying it was to bar the oncoming darkness. We trusted her. She had always been our protector. But then, black smoke erupted, and people began to twist into Brutals. Never in my life had I seen, nor even heard of such horror. What curse could this be?
I cannot leave this forest. Karnok's shadow still reaches for me. Yet here, within these woods, I shall carve my own path. I have lived to guard this forest and protect its people. I gave all that I am to keep the Brutals from setting foot here. Yet of late, the encroaching darkness grows ever stronger. Someone sought me out. He called himself Karnok. He spoke of an ancient presence, claiming its power could cleanse this forest. The forest stirs with unease, as though some power beyond its bounds seeks to break through. When Lady Lena, the Lord's wife, came to me, she spoke of an ancient power. In her eyes, conviction and shadow dwelled as one. When I learned the Lord had been taken, Karnok's corruption had already claimed the forest. It is clear now. Lady Lena has conspired with him. She means to cast all of Hillsbrad into shadow. Karnok. He told me of a way to cleanse the forest. On the night of the festival, I sought to purify the deep wood. But it was all a lie. He bore the power of something ancient. He had become one with a vast and terrible darkness. No longer a man. I fought against that shadow, but in the end, I was consumed by it. If these words are found, hear me. He must be stopped. Karnok is perilous beyond measure. All of Hillsbrad may fall to darkness. Already he has sown brutal shadows in the deep wood, spreading his blight across the villages. That corruption will soon engulf all of Hillsbrad.
Farm tools are scattered on the soil. It looks like traces of a fierce fight with looters.
My sickly son rose as if by a miracle. Every night he sits in the corner, clipping his nails. That eerie, rhythmic sound feels as if something within him is hardening, ripening. My wife weeps every day, saying his recovery is enough for her. Today, I found a hideous brutal in the forest that wore my son's face. The brutal clutched my hem with nailless hands, letting out a grotesque wail. Terrified, I struck the beast with a stone. The child at home could never be so foul. My wife told me I was right and dragged me back. I woke to my wife's scream. The child held her hand, pulling her nails and feeding them into his mouth. The coarse fur of a brutal, not that of a human, had already sprouted from his jaw. He hadn't recovered. A brutal had been devouring him from the inside out. Even as she died, she could not bring herself to push away the brutal wearing her son's face. I ran back to the forest. The brutal I had stoned was already cold. From within its rags, I found the broken wooden sword my son cherished. Only then did I realize the boy's soul, cast out as the brutal stole his flesh, had come to his father while trapped in that hideous shape. With my own hands, I had crushed my son's last hope. Now the beast begins to grasp my fingers. It does not speak. It only lets out the labored breath of a hungry brutal. I weep silently, seeing my despair reflected in its eyes. This was no miracle. It was a feast of a brutal that swallowed my family whole. In this house where no voice remains, only the scraping against bone lingers.
father stoned the son who begged for life, while the mother embraced the very monster devouring her child. As the shell of the family tore away, only the scraping of bone remained, and the sun's true soul became cold forest earth, clutching a broken sword.
forests beyond the sanctuary first caught fire, we believed it to be nothing more than a passing wildfire. But what emerged from the smoke was a monstrous giant. The inferno spilling from the massive braziers, gripped in its forearms, melted even the stone of the fortress walls. Someone screamed that the calamity of sanctuaries, the one who had burned Tibele's cathedrals and vanished long ago, had returned. The creature spoke no words, yet the heat pouring from its body carried a hatred far more suffocating than any cry of grief. The cathedral gates were barred from within, yet they did not keep the intruder out. They trapped us inside. The brutal did not shatter the cathedral walls. It simply stood before the gates, the only path of escape, and unleashed its flames. Each breath of scorching air clawing through our lungs forced us to remember a sin long buried from record. The day holy knights, claiming to halt corruption, burned a mason and his daughter alive beyond these very gates. The brutal did not destroy the statue of Tibele upon the altar. Instead, it melted the statue's eyes with the furnace heat of its braziers. Molten stone ran down its face like tears, as though the divine itself wept in silent mourning. Before the grotesque idol, the creature paused, releasing a beast-like rasp from its chest. It was not prayer. It was the echo of a curse, a resentment that had refused to fade through thousands of infernos. Bodies of the extermination force lay piled before the cathedral gates. Their armor was scored with desperate claw marks, for they had torn at the doors, not to fight the brutals, but to escape. The creature did not strike the dying knights. It simply watched them crumble into despair as the gates refused to open. It was returning to us the same suffocating terror it had once endured beyond those doors. Nothing remained within the sanctuary now but the crackle of burning stone. Deep within the ruined sanctum, the Brutal sat motionless before a collapsed mound of rubble. It no longer lashed out. It simply cradled a charred fragment of carved wood within its arms, stroking it with unsettling tenderness. It never spoke, yet that silence pierced deeper than any scream in the world. For before it became an avenger, it was a father, still kneeling before that sealed gate, still holding a child that would never breathe again.
The fire consumed the village, and the fire consumed the sanctuary. Yet what refused to fade was the question left before a sealed door. Some memories do not turn to ash, and some flames are never meant to die.
my dearest Nokra. How precious our days in Kalmora were. I've come to realize it once again. When this war ends, I longed to return there, to spend the rest of our days in peace and happiness. But now, I fear I will not endure for long. Do not wait for me. Live your life as you must. Your smile is more precious than any light in this world. I shall love and long for you forever.
You! Who are you? Did you come to find me? Why are you still chasing me? I did it to survive. What did I do wrong? Anyone would have done the same in that situation. You know it too. Everyone made that choice. I only wanted to protect my own life. It wasn't my choice. I had no other way. Yes, I was afraid. My life came first. Don't blame me. I had no power to save anyone else. Their resentment towards me? What does it matter to me? I just wanted to live. No. Why are you here? It isn't over already? I told you, I did it to survive. No. I did nothing wrong. Leave me, please. Save me, please. Just me, please. My life is different from before. I keep reminding myself that the tragedy back there was not my fault. Yet the wailing I hear each night torments me. But I had no choice. The decisions I made were to survive. And no one can blame me. Anyone in that situation would have done the same. I ran madly through the dark forest, fleeing for my life. Yet without realizing it, guilt gnawed at me, and I took a wide detour to a place overlooking the village entrance. The sight that met my eyes, the most horrific I had ever witnessed. The sacred tree where the shaman had performed the ritual was split vertically, blackened as if struck by lightning. Around it, flesh and blood were strewn, forming a grotesque scene. Rain flowed over that dreadful sight, completing a nightmare of a landscape. The village houses had collapsed, and the devastation could be seen from afar. Sitting there, wailing in despair, I must have looked like a madman. Yet I had to steel myself and turn my back on everything, fleeing once more. To survive, I would lose everything I had, if necessary. I tried to tell myself it was none of my concern, to ease the weight on my mind.
They say someone opened the forest, the gate the Guardian once sealed.
Nakra was a truly beautiful and gentle soul, yet the war devoured her. They whispered that she went mad after losing her husband, but I believe she was simply far too sorrowful. The last time I saw her was the glow of her lantern as she walked away from this village.
They say someone opened. Shaman Lentir once warned us, when the forest begins to bleed, the people will fall.
Even after losing her husband, she never let go of hope. But that very hope became her undoing. The day she sought the shaman's aid, she ceased to be as we knew her.
Shaman Lentir once warned us, when the
Nakra's house? It's strange. At night, a pale light seeps through the windows, and eerie sounds drift out. Nobody dares go near that place anymore.
Shaman Lentir once warned us. They say someone opened.
I found my husband. But his face, it didn't recognize me. Today came word of Hillsbrad's victory. People rejoiced, celebrating the triumph, yet no one had seen him. The other wives ran to greet their husbands, but I heard nothing. They whisper that he has fallen, but I do not believe it. He promised me. I must find him. Perhaps he is waiting for me somewhere.
Scratched into the surface with fingernails are the words, "I cannot lose him. No matter what it takes, I will bring him back."
I can no longer wait. The war has stripped me of everything. But the sorcerer spoke of a way. The lantern will call his soul. I will hold him in my arms again, no matter the price. sign of him. They say I'm mad. They warn me, do not seek the dead. But I can feel him. His presence calls to me. If he has not returned, it must be because I have not searched hard enough. If I pray harder, if I wander farther, he will come back to me. He told me not to wait for him, but I could not hear his words. Had I not chosen this path, he might have rested in peace. And now, because of you, I can see him again. Thank you. All of Hillsbrad for his trace. On the fields where he fought, only broken armor and shattered blades remain. A soldier told me. I think I heard his name. He must still be out there. I will not stop searching, even if it costs me my time, my life, everything.
Souls grants the power to fulfill one's deepest wish. Yet, it demands the price of a soul. The bearer is slowly consumed by darkness, and love turns to curse. The shaman. He looked into my eyes and said, "You have not lost hope, but hope is consuming you." He spoke of the lantern of souls. With it, I could call his spirit. He warned me, yet I did not listen. I will do anything. If I can but see him once more, I will pay any price.
Go away, either!
Even now, beneath this cliff, old traces remain. Scratches carved into stone by desperate hands, dried blood dark upon the rock. Long ago, this land was consumed by plague and hunger. Then a story began to spread among the people. It was said that if one climbed to the sanctuary above the cliff, they would receive the grace of Tabele and find eternal rest. One day, a rope was lowered from the cliff above. In the sunlight, it gleamed like gold. People pushed and clawed at one another to seize it. One man climbed with his children on his back. Hands reached for him from below, but he kicked them away. From that moment on, he never looked down again. Halfway up the cliff, the rope grew thinner. The weight it could bear was not endless. "Father, I'm scared." The child's voice trembled behind him. But the man's eyes saw only the summit. If he were lighter, he could climb faster. As the summit drew near, the golden glow faded. The rope revealed its true form. It had never been gold. It was a cord woven from the hair of the dead and strips of rotting flesh. Then the rope snapped. The people had not risen to heaven. They had only climbed as high as their desire carried them. And so they fell just as far. Even now, bodies remain at the base of the cliff. Among the rocks below lies a page stained with blood. I climbed while looking only upward. Below me, someone kept calling my name. I did not turn. Then the rope broke. To climb higher, to climb faster. Whose hands did you shake loose today? That golden rope, which promised salvation, may already have been rotting.
Every time I strike the hammer, it's why... If your weapons are forged for war, but sometimes they're used to protect what matters most. Traveler, may the light of Tevele rest upon you. Do you seek Taveli's blood? A Taveli's blessing shall watch over you.
That box. It was the only thing my father left me. The box I used to mock because it only had a dumb rock inside. Yesterday I got drunk and bet it in a game. I thought if I won just once, everything would finally work out. But someone took it from the underground gambling den. That grim place. I went back there today, but there wasn't anyone left. Please, just find that box for me. It's my fault, all of this.
Just give it back. Someone, give back the life I lost.
Do you wish to change your fate? Only those who can win without losing gold may descend. 1 round, 1 chance to overturn your life.
Dust has settled thick over the old work clothes. Several layers of mended stitching remain visible. Worn, yet kept surprisingly neat.
Old? I don't... Gold? I don't need gold. Just breathing the air down here, I can see the cards.
Why? Why did I come down here? Who tracked me into this place?
Like Lady Lena, will I ever be rewarded too? If I could just earn a little more, I could stand proudly before her.
It's my turn. My hands won't stop shaking. Why am I still throwing these dice? I've already lost it.
Just give it back.
Gold? I don't...
Everyone envied.
I just got lucky once. I could be like Lena too. I believed that. I really did.
Everyone envied Lena, but no one ever saw the shadows she carried.
This was my win! I was the last one standing!
Liar! You stole it! It was my turn! My round!
Take it. No one ever truly wins down here.
When he won just a few coins, he smiled as if nothing else in the world mattered. And then he whispered, "So, I finally get my chance too."
lost today, but it's fine. Lady Lena had hard days too, they say.
Marantz. Loss. Marantz. Loss. Marantz. Loss. The final line deeply scratched by a fingernail. If I could turn it back.
The last thing I wagered was myself. If I could change my life like Lena did, then what I've lost today is nothing.
An old woman came down today. "Have you seen Marantz?" she asked. The dealer gave no answer. She left without saying another word.
My son, you are already precious enough. Do not measure yourself against others. Please, come home.
Next to each name remains only the word win. But the wager is always empty. The perfect portrait of a human who remembers the miracle and never sees the ruin.
Lady Lena, she changed her life. So why can't I? Just a little more, and...
Lena, I saw it too. She rose from the lowest depths to become the master of the castle. Then why not me? The hand that will lift me out of this pit. Already in my grasp. My hands are shaking. No, it's not over yet. My fortune is still... What are you waiting for? Still waiting inside this pouch. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Lena, I saw it too. She rose from the lowest depths to become the master of the castle. Why not me? The hand that will lift me out of this pit. In my grasp. My hands are shaking. It's not over yet. My fortune. What are you waiting for? Still waiting inside this pouch. Just one more round. For that coin, I will wager tomorrow. No, there is no need to wait. So, I lost in the end. Even my last wager is gone.
What remained was neither gold nor victory, only the trembling of a hand that couldn't let go, and the echo of a choice that could never be undone. A single line remains, author unknown. People realize they've crossed the line only at the very end. Someone left one last note. It's fine if it began as fun, but once you cross the threshold of madness, there is no road back. Madness begins the moment you no longer recognize it as madness. A single carved line. Just one more. Those words devoured everything.
Everyone envied Lena.
Home?
Just give it.
So you found it. That box. It was the last thing my father left behind. But it's strange. Now that I see it again, I realize it wasn't memories I was holding on to, but regret. Marince and me as well. We both believed things would change if we just got lucky once. And that belief ruined us. He never managed to escape. And I barely made it out. So please take it. It no longer belongs to me. Thank you. Truly. Thanks to you, I think I can finally stop here.
Home?
Just give it.
Go way on.
A broken blade is buried deep within the ashes. Someone's desperate night rests quietly here.
Home?
You
Just give it.
On the cold stone wall of the oratory, a sentence remains, scratched as if by desperate fingernails. If the mercy of the divine cannot cool even my child's fever, then I will freeze my own blood to save them. When the plague tightened its grip around the child's breath, the mother ceased her prayers and crawled toward the forbidden shadow behind the altar. In her eyes, there was no longer resentment toward the divine, only the sharpened resolve to protect her child. The spirit spoke, almost in mockery. Death has already taken hold of the child. If you wish to tear it away, carve your bones into a blade and wring your heart to temper it. The mother did not hesitate. She opened her own chest. The pain did not break her. Instead, the single hope of saving her child began to forge her into something beyond human. With each turn of the grindstone, her flesh was shaved away to sharpen the blade, and her bones were ground to dust to strengthen it. Yet, she never once cried out. Compared to the pain of losing her child, the breaking of her body meant nothing. Upon the stone, it was not her flesh that gleamed, but the noble resolve that endured the trial. The mother raised the dagger she had forged with her own life and struck the air above the child. It was not a blade meant to wound flesh, but a hand that tore apart the very fate that bound the child to death. As the black threads of the plague were severed, the child began to breathe once more, though the mother's body crumbled away. The arms that held the child were filled with a strength even the divine could not undo. The woman is gone, but her love remains here, hardened into unyielding steel. Around the hilt of the dagger is bound a lifeline she clung to in her final moment, coiled like a silver umbilical cord. This is no mere weapon. It is the proof of a life that no trial, not even death, could tear apart. The final heartbeat of a mother who protected her child. The silence of the divine was long. But a mother's love was deeper and stronger still. To open a path for her child's tomorrow, she carved her own flesh and bone to forge a blade that could sever fate. Within that trial was born the most sacred truth, a bond of motherhood that not even death could sever.
When I was young, my father felt like cold steel. The forge burned bright, yet the way he looked at me was always like ash gone cold. Instead of gentle words, he would only ask, "Did you eat?" That blunt question felt as hard and lifeless as a block of wood. I hated it. So I kept my distance, growing up avoiding him, and in my heart, I resented the father who could not be kind, dreaming instead of a softer, gentler world. Only after I married and raised a child of my own did I truly understand. The world is far sharper than I had ever imagined, and the life one must endure as a parent is merciless. One evening, after enduring humiliation after humiliation, just to bring home a single piece of bread, I looked into the mirror and saw my father. A face that hid its exhaustion, cutting off all feeling. Layer upon layer of callus forming over wounded places, until nothing remained but hardened silence. One day, my child reached for my hand, then hesitated. My palm had already hardened, just like his. Only then did my chest tighten as I finally understood. These calluses were not born from a lack of feeling, but from striking against the world again and again to protect something soft. My father had not been without love. He had simply hidden those rough hands so they would never wound me. not a play meant to display beautiful kindness. It does not matter if no flowers bloom or if no fruit is born. What matters is to endure in silence, to remain in place, to become a wall even from behind. Now, I find myself asking my child the same blunt question. Did you eat? Only now, looking at hands that resemble his, do I finally understand that those words were always his way of saying, I love you.
The world was too sharp, so the father had to dull himself first. To protect something soft, he carved himself down into being rough, and in the end, he left behind only one thing. Did you eat? That single question was everything he could not say.
Lentir turned into a brutal. She was a shaman who gave her life to the forest. Karnak. His name was long marked as a warning, even by the priests of Tevele. And now he dares to abduct our lord. Karnak will pay dearly for this. But Lady Lena, for her to join with him, this is no mere misfortune. First, we must uncover Karnak's whereabouts and rescue the lord. If Lentir's words are true, then once we return, Lady Lena must answer for her deeds. Were it not for you, we would know nothing of this. You have my deepest thanks.
The Guardian's presence has vanished.
You have returned. Through Lentier's sacrifice, and with your aid, we have learned much. Karnak, at last, his whereabouts have been revealed. Reports say he has shown himself near the ancient ruins. Knights and soldiers were already dispatched there, yet no word has come back. I would like to believe it is only a delay, but my instincts tell me otherwise. If anyone can uncover the truth before it's too late, it is you. Please, go to the ruins and learn what has transpired. The Lord himself may yet be there.
The Guardian's present.
Always be waiting for you.
Every time I strike, it's what... If your weapons are forged for war, but sometimes they're used to protect what matters most.
You are not one of the soldiers, are you? We went searching for the Lord for any clue and learned that Karnak was in the ruins. But when we reached the village, hell itself awaited us. A monstrous being, one alone, tore through all of us. The others, they tried to flee, but it would not allow escape. Please, stop it. You must go to the ruins. Save the Lord.
The night of festival, a night of hope and blessing. Soon shall begin the sacred rite, to bring forth the light that shines upon our village. Yet the banner is torn and soaked through with blood.
At this year's festival, we shall honor the spirit of the forest and pray for the bounty of the land. Our guardian, Lady Lentier, shall conduct the sacred rite herself to banish all evils from our midst.
I left some grain in your storehouse. You must eat as well, brother. We've always cared for one another, and this time let me be the one to help. At tomorrow's festival, I'll bake your favorite bread, the one you've always loved. We endured hardship together before, and we always will. The note ends torn, blotched with dark crimson stains.
The altar still bears the traces of Lentier's ritual. On the ground lie scattered footprints and bloodstains. The ritual failed. The people are changing. They can no longer recognize one another.
I left some grain in your storehouse. You must eat as well, brother. We've always cared for one another, and this time let me be the one to help. At tomorrow's festival, I'll bake your favorite bread, the one you've always loved. We endured hardship together before, and we always will. The note ends torn, blotched with dark crimson stains. The festival night became a nightmare. As Lady Lentier's rite began, the air itself seemed to shift. One by one, the people twisted, screaming in agony. Some turned into brutals, others collapsed into madness.
It has been several months since the priests and paladins of the Order began staying here. They drove out Brutal, and the village finally breathed a sigh of relief. Even the Lord seemed to be opening his heart to their devotion, but not everyone was pleased. The paladins helped people as if in prayer, but in the forest, whispers spread. They will call us heretics in the end. Old wounds remain deeper than any light. At dawn, the body of a shaman was found at the forest edge, burned so badly the shape could not be recognized. No one remembers who said it first, but people whispered. They say the Order's hardliners did it. Those words, never confirmed, shook the village. At that time, testimony came out that all hardline priests were inside the castle, but no one listened. People had already reached their conclusion. They burned him without a doubt. After the shaman's death, the village was split in two. The Order saved us. No, the Order is trying to kill us. The Lord gathered everyone to uncover the truth, but someone had already slipped in through the cracks. A strange shaman began wandering the forest. His name was Karnak. He whispered, "The Order will kill you." Has the Lord not already sided with them? Shamans filled with anger and scars did not doubt him. We reported to the Lord that strange monster sounds were heard from the northern edge of the deep forest. We planned to send a scouting party as usual, but the Lord said he would lead it himself. If we lose the forest, we lose the village. I will not let the people tremble in fear. For some reason, his voice sounded like a final order.
The moment we drove back Brutal, a red ceramic sigil flashed within the mist. Soldiers fell one by one, and the Lord was pulled into the darkness, entangled in the sigil carved upon the back of his hand.
The Lord was stronger than anyone, even when the nation trembled, even when criticism swelled. He never faltered. But whenever he faced Lady Reyna, his eyes grew unbearably gentle. That look frightened me. Such feelings always become wounds someday.
I checked the chains that bound the Lord. They were carved as if scraped by claws. At first I thought it was a sign of his resistance, but the shape of the marks was strange. They were carved at regular intervals, as if saying, "Hold me." Was he trying to restrain himself? Was he afraid of his own collapse?
After the Lord's disappearance, the villages of Hillsbrad were shattered. It's the Order's fault! No, the shaman drew their blades first! People hurled hatred at each other. And in that gap, the quietest one was Lady Lena.
This is the armor of the Lord of Hillsbrad. He bled here, but there's a chance he is still alive.
We tried to protect the Lord until the end, but he was dragged away, bound in chains. Even then, he calmly told us it's all right, as if trying to reassure us. His footprints were human, but the cries echoing deeper inside were not human. This portrait holds the dignity of a ruler, but I know the figure behind it. The man who wandered alone among his soldiers, comforting their weary faces. For the people to live, the nation must live, the Lord always said. What he has become down in that depth, I cannot bear to imagine.
Deep claw marks running along the wall toward a single direction. All the traces point the same way, as if longing to go to her. Even his last memories were reaching out for Lena.
I was too late. This forest remained quiet because you protected it. But now, no one is left. Karnak. I will end him myself. My lord, please, rest in peace.
That night, the forest changed. Rentir performed a ritual to protect the deep woods, but she did not know that her hands were opening a door toward an ancient being. That day, black flames rose, and beneath those flames, people screamed as they fell. Rentir realized the truth in her despair, but it was already too late. With her own hands, she had led the village to ruin. Lately, I have begun to question things. Lena, what is she truly? There is a power within her that we cannot comprehend. Master Karnak has joined hands with her, but I am afraid. She is not helping us, but...
The world that cast at the sun. I'll burn it all to ash. Billy, the Lord, the village. I'll leave nothing behind.
Everyone in this forest.
This forest, this land, has been screaming for ages. I heard those screams, and I set them ablaze. Try to stop me, and you'll vanish in the flames like all the rest. There is no road left to return to. I burned them all. This land will fall back into darkness, even if not by my hand. Finish what I began. Into my fall. The darkness will not fade. We'll all realize this soon enough.
It's over, but this stench of blood, it won't fade. Karnak was only a blade. The one who held the hilt was someone else. The one who sent our lord into these woods, who turned the shamans against one another, who tore the village in two. It was Lena. In silence, she bent the hearts of the people. Even our Lord could not bring himself to doubt her. The only thing you struck down was the blade itself. Go to Hillsbrad Castle. Whatever monster she has become, you must bring her end. I will remain here for a while. Too much has fallen apart.